Welcome back to Fluent Vibe, the place where late-night thoughts become real conversations, where silence speaks louder than notifications, and where we explore the psychology behind modern life. Tonight's topic feels personal for almost everyone listening right now: social media. Not just apps, not just entertainment, not just scrolling. We're talking about something that quietly entered human life and slowly began changing the human brain itself.
Yeah, most people think social media is harmless, just memes, videos, photos, messages, but the deeper reality is much more psychological than people realize.
Because every swipe, every notification, every reel, every like changes the way your brain reacts to the world.
Attention spans changed, confidence changed, relationships changed, emotions changed, even loneliness changed. And the scary part is, most people never notice it happening.
Think about this honestly. What's the first thing most people touch after waking up? Their phone. Not sunlight, not fresh air, not another human being. A screen.
Yeah, most people check notifications before emotions. That's modern life now.
And the human brain is extremely sensitive right after waking up. The first information you consume often shapes your emotional direction for the day.
One notification can instantly change your mood. A message ignored, a low-view post, an attractive influencer traveling the world while you're still trying to understand your own life.
And suddenly, comparison starts before breakfast.
Humans were never designed to compare themselves with millions of people daily. Before social media, people mostly compared themselves with neighbors, classmates, maybe coworkers. Now the brain compares itself with entire planets of people every single hour.
And comparison online feels endless because there's always someone richer, funnier, more attractive, more successful, more confident, more famous.
And even when people logically know social media is edited, their emotions still react as if it's real life. That's the dangerous part.
Because the brain emotionally responds faster than logic, and social media is built around emotional reactions.
That's why dopamine becomes so important in this conversation.
Most people misunderstand dopamine. Dopamine is not happiness, it's anticipation, the expectation that something rewarding might happen.
Which explains why people refresh apps every 5 minutes for absolutely no reason. Maybe someone texted, maybe someone liked the post, maybe something exciting happened.
Your brain keeps searching for small rewards, and social media gives unpredictable rewards constantly.
That unpredictability is what creates addiction. One funny video, one emotional reel, one shocking post, one attractive face, one motivational clip. Tiny dopamine spikes over and over again.
And eventually, the brain adapts to fast stimulation. Then real life starts feeling slower. Books feel boring. Studying feels painful. Silence feels uncomfortable. Conversations feel less stimulating.
Even movies feel too long now. People can watch 6 hours of short videos, but struggle focusing for 20 minutes on important work.
That's not just laziness anymore. That's neurological conditioning.
Short-form content trains the brain to expect constant change, fast edits, fast jokes, fast emotions, fast rewards.
And once the brain gets used to speed, anything slower starts feeling mentally difficult.
That's why attention spans globally are collapsing. People struggle staying focused deeply because the brain became addicted to novelty.
Every few seconds online, something changes. New music, new joke, new trend, new opinion, new face. The brain never settles.
And constant switching weakens deep attention, which also affects memory.
Because memory requires focus. When attention becomes shallow, experiences become shallow too.
That's why people consume huge amounts of information daily, but barely remember what they watched yesterday.
The brain becomes overloaded with information but starved for meaning.
And honestly, that sentence explains modern mental exhaustion perfectly. People are mentally full but emotionally empty.
Another massive psychological effect of social media is validation addiction.
Humans naturally seek social approval, that's normal, but social media transformed approval into numbers, likes, views, followers, shares.
Now people subconsciously measure self-worth digitally.
A post performs badly, and suddenly the mood changes for the whole day, even though nothing changed in real life.
Because human brains evolved around social acceptance. Historically, rejection from groups threatened survival.
Which means the nervous system still reacts strongly to social rejection, even digitally.
That's why getting ignored online can genuinely hurt emotionally.
And people check notifications obsessively because they're chasing emotional reassurance.
Validation became instant, public, and addictive.
Especially for teenagers. Their identities are still developing. Imagine growing up where popularity updates publicly every minute.
That level of pressure is psychologically intense.
And social media also changed relationships deeply.
People are more connected digitally, but often more disconnected emotionally.
Because communication is not the same as connection. Sending reels all day doesn't automatically create emotional intimacy.
Real connection requires presence, eye contact, attention, silence, energy.
But modern conversations are constantly interrupted by screens. People half listen now.
Yeah, someone says something emotional and the other person replies while checking notifications.
That changes relationships slowly. People feel unseen, unheard, emotionally disconnected.
And loneliness today feels different than loneliness in the past.
Because modern loneliness happens while surrounded by constant digital activity. Someone can talk to hundreds of people online and still feel deeply alone.
Because humans need emotional understanding, not just interaction.
Many people now experience ambient loneliness, constant digital communication, but very little emotional closeness.
And because social media makes everyone appear socially active, lonely people often feel like they're the only ones struggling.
But secretly, millions feel exactly the same way.
Another thing social media changed dramatically is boredom.
Or, honestly, the complete disappearance of boredom.
Years ago, humans experienced empty moments naturally, waiting in line, sitting near windows, traveling quietly, thinking deeply.
Now, every empty second gets filled instantly with stimulation.
Waiting somewhere, scroll. Eating alone, scroll. Before sleeping, scroll again. Right after waking up, scroll again.
The brain rarely experiences stillness anymore.
And silence is important psychologically. Silence helps humans process emotions, reflect deeply, understand themselves.
But constant stimulation prevents reflection. That's why many people feel disconnected from themselves now.
They're constantly distracted from their own thoughts.
And sometimes people are scared of silence because silence forces self-awareness.
Social media also changed anxiety levels globally.
Because the nervous system never fully rests now, notifications create tiny stress responses all day long.
Even hearing notification sounds can trigger automatic emotional reactions.
Sometimes people check phones even when no notification appeared. That's how deeply conditioned the brain becomes.
And algorithms understand human psychology frighteningly well.
They study behavior constantly, what keeps attention longer, what creates emotional reactions, what increases engagement.
Because attention creates profit.
That means social media platforms are not designed primarily for peace. They're designed to keep people emotionally engaged.
Which explains why outrage spreads so quickly online.
Anger keeps people watching, fear keeps people clicking, comparison keeps people consuming.
And over time, your digital environment shapes your emotional state without you realizing it.
If someone constantly watches negative content, their worldview slowly becomes more negative.
If someone constantly watches luxury lifestyles, their own life starts feeling insufficient.
If someone constantly consumes fear-based news, anxiety increases naturally.
The brain adapts to repeated emotional environments.
Another hidden effect is emotional numbness.
The internet exposes humans to non-stop emotional extremes: comedy, violence, romance, disasters, success stories, tragedies. all within minutes.
The brain struggles processing that much emotional intensity continuously, so eventually it protects itself by reducing emotional sensitivity.
That's why many people say things like, I don't feel excited anymore. I feel emotionally tired. Nothing feels real anymore.
Too much stimulation can flatten emotional depth.
And there's another issue nobody talks about enough: identity confusion.
Yeah, because people constantly consume personalities online. Influencers, creators, celebrities, podcasters.
And subconsciously, people start copying behaviors, the way they speak, dress, think, react. Eventually, some people stop asking, who am I really? And start asking, what version of me gets more approval?
That's dangerous psychologically, because performance slowly replaces authenticity.
People become brands instead of humans, and the pressure to appear